Welcome to Hawthorne.
Here we are family. We harvest, we ferment, we gel.
They gel?
We gel.
He's not just a chef, he's a storyteller. The game is trying to guess what the overarching theme of the entire meal is going to be. You won't know till the end.
You're watching BlackTree on TV.
Hello, Anya. Hello, Nicholas. So, first, I gotta start with you, Anya. I know that just as an actress and everything, you probably go to so many fancy dinners and so many restaurants. Is there ever a time that you really just want the cheeseburger or the
Yes. Don't get me wrong, it feels absolutely wonderful to be invited to these things and to get to experience really special culinary events, but I am definitely a takeaway person. Like, that is my comfort zone, that's where I'm happy. Yeah, definitely.
Nicholas, it's hard to believe it's been 20 years since About a Boy. It doesn't even seem like that long, and we've been, having to share all these great performances you've done on screen. Can you tell us about like one of the most fancy restaurants that you've been to, or that had some type of experience? Obviously not like this one exactly, but
Yeah, hopefully not with the ending of this. You know what? That was one of the nice things about this film. In some ways, was like, okay, I've got to get an understanding of the food world, because I hadn't really been to many fancy dinners, or I like eating out, but it wasn't like fine dining was a thing on my radar particularly. So watching like Chef's Table and learning about chefs and their dedication to creating these menus and meals for you kind of put me in awe of them. And then I started to go to try and have a couple of experiences similar to this. The one of them that stood out was the Fat Duck, Heston Blumenthal's restaurant in Oxford, that was like, I mean, it was like science experiments, and the things that they were creating that were just wild, but also like things that would trip out your brain, where like they'd give you different fonts to read whilst you ate bites of food, and it would taste different depending on which font you were reading, which I still don't understand. But like, yeah, really trippy things.
All right. Next question. See how I threw the clap in there.
No, I liked it. Let's go.
Who are you?
Margot. My name is Margot.
I've served many Margaux. You're not a Margot. No.
What the fuck does it matter?
It matters because this menu, this guest list, this entire evening has been painstakingly planned, and you were not a part of that plan. And it's spoiling everything. In order to proceed, I have to know where to seat you. With us or with them. It's very important.
And then you'll let me live?
That you live? No. Of course not. Can't you see that? And that'd ruin the menu.
So for both of you have done so many, like I loved you in The Great, of course, Nicholas, and you and last night at Soho, Peaky Blinders, Queen's Gambit. You all seem to pick great projects, and I want to know what is it that first hits you in a script that lets you know like this is something I want to do? And do you usually get through the whole script, or do you usually decide before you even get to the end?
I definitely get through the whole script, but I usually find that I'm a goner if immediately upon reading my character I start sitting like them, or in my head their voice starts coming in. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be away for another 7 months from my family. But I think something that really struck us about this script was just how original it was, and the fact that it was an ensemble piece, that we would get the opportunity to work with such incredible actors, and it just seemed like a lot of fun, and it delivered on that. We had a really good time.
Yeah. And the same for you, Nicholas. Like, do you get through the whole script before you decide on most of these projects, or like what usually jumps out at you that says this is a character for me?
I think there's a similar thing where there's probably times when I'm reading things and you start to perhaps say the dialogue, try it out and see how it feels a little bit. And that's when you kind of go, okay, I'm actually taking this for a little bit of a spin here and see if it works. But yeah, I tend to read it, but I think before the end a lot of the time. I think more frequently there's scripts that I'm like, I'm not particularly enjoying. And I'm like, and I'll still finish
Yeah.
those as well because I'm like, maybe it's going to get really good. Maybe there's something I'm missing.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and you go, no, I think this is this ever. So I think you do really know quite early on. It's like reading a book or anything else.
I was
where you
about
go,
to say, yeah.
This, I'm really enjoying this, and it's something about it that's speaking to me, and then hopefully the character is as well, where you feel like you can do it justice.
I know, at first I think both of you guys would be considered, it was a great performance. I didn't expect this movie to be something like that, where it was going to be a performance that's going to stand out like that in this ensemble, but both of you were great. On set, did y'all get fed like some fancy food on set all the time, or was it just, you know, lights, camera, action, and y'all didn't get to really dine the whole time?
Oh, Nick ate.
I ate a lot.
Nick ate.
Every day.
Very, very much.
For weeks.
Yeah. I don't get to eat that much. I finally got my meal and definitely enjoyed that one. But I'm pretty sure I was like the only one that was hungry for lunch every day because everyone else was eating throughout the day. And it was my job not to.
Yeah.
And kind of just stare at everybody, other than Hong.
True.
Yeah. Hong and I were both hungry for lunch, for sure.
Well, thank you guys, and keep on doing great performances. We'll keep on watching.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.